to know how to start brinjal plant into hydroponic DWC system? What are the preparation we need to make before starting the brinjal into DWC system? And what type of nutrient and other care we should take while transplanting so that our brinjal plant can establish well into the system and grow well and give us a good production. Hello friends, welcome again to my channel Organic and Hydroponic Urban Grow Pro. Friends, today in this video I am going to explain in detail about how to start a brinjal plant into hydroponic DWC system. What type of arrangement we should done and what is the preparation we should done before starting the brinjal plant into the system. We also know the method of transplanting the nursery grown brinjal plant into the net pot like this, and after transplanting how to place them into the system and what are the nutrients we need to manage so that our plant will get nourished well and grow well. Friends, to start the brinjal from seed, first we need to make the nursery. You can see this is the nursery what we have prepared. Now this nursery, you can see that it is grown well and the brinjal plant reaches to 4th to 5th stage, and this is the right time to transplant it. Now one thing we must ensure for growing the plants for hydroponic is we must use the plain coco peat for growing the plants, because any fertilizer or organic matter adding to the coco peat will contaminate our media or the solution. So we are growing this nursery into the plain coco peat. Now we have grown this plant up to 3 to 4 leaf stage. Now we need to transplant them into the net cup like this to shift it to the DWC system. This net pot have a hole into the center and this is a sturdy one. Now the procedure is very simple. We need either coco peat or the clay balls like this to support the plant from all around. So we must have that material ready with us. If we are going to grow this into the DFT or NFT system, then we must remove all the coco peat from the roots, clean the roots and transfer with the help of the spawn into this net pot. But as we are going to grow it into the DWC system, it is not going to make any hassle even if some coco peat drops into the water. So we are going to transfer them with the help of clay balls. And now I will show you a small demonstration how we can transfer it easily. Now before transferring it, we must hydrate this plant properly so that its root ball will remain intact and come out very easily. So we have hydrated this plant around 15-20 minutes back, and now water is almost settled down. Now to take out the plant, we gently need to tap the tray from all the sides and try to pull the plant straight. Now if it is not coming fully, you can push it from the bottom so that it can come out easily. We must ensure that the plant must come out with its root ball. It is very important to intact all the roots for transplanting. So here we have taken out the plant with all the roots. You can see the root system develop on the bottom. Now we need to place this into this net cup. Once we place this into the net cup, we must support this plant from all around. So we are going to support this plant from all around with the help of this clay balls, simply by pouring these clay balls all around. So once we pour this all around, then we need to tap it gently so that it will retain its position firmly. So this completes our transplanting system with the help of clay balls. If you are using coco peat, then you can fill all the surrounding place with the coco peat and lightly press this. This will also make sure your plant will stay into the position with the help of coco peat also. This completes our transplant. Now after transplanting and before putting it into the system, we must put all this plant into the tray like this, fill slightly with the water. So this will help the plant to establish well into the net pot. We can wait for at least 6 to 8 hours or for a day before transplanting them to the final position. So first we need to complete this transplant and then we will transfer them into the system. Now, what are the preparation we must do before transplanting? We'll see that into the further part of the video. But first, we need to transplant all this plant for the sowing into our DWC system. So now we'll be talking about establishing our plant into the DWC buckets. We have planted all the plants yesterday into this net cups and keep it for the night for stabling them. Now you can see that all the plants have stabled very well. All the leaves are erect. No leaf is getting loosened. So it means all the plant has set well. Now the water is almost over, but it is okay because we need to transfer them into the water only. Now what is the preparation we must do for the bucket first? So first we must fill this bucket to a level so that this net cup just touching the water. So we have done this activity. I am just showing you. We have just pushed this net cup and you can see that net cup is having bottom wet. So this is just touching the water. This is necessary step, as when we plant this into this water, then its bottom will touching the water and taking the water from the bottom. So it will help the plant set up the new roots quickly and grow faster. Now once we set this water level right, then we must add nutrition before we plant the plants into the system. Now what type of nutrient we need to add, I am going to give you all the detail about it. You can note it and make it. For this bucket, either you can use a ready-made solution of A and B nutrient and fill it with the nutrient and maintain the pH and TDS. Otherwise, if you want to make your own, I will give you what are the ppm need to maintain for brinjal growing. So for brinjal, we are going to maintain 150 to 160 ppm of nitrogen, around 40 to 50 ppm of the phosphorus, and around 200 to 210 ppm of the potash initially. These are about the macronutrient. The secondary macronutrient are calcium, magnesium and sulfur. So sulfur is by default coming with all the other fertilizer. Calcium we need to manage around 110 to 120 ppm. And magnesium again we can manage 40 to 50 ppm. These are good enough nutrient for growing the brinjal into the DWC system. We must also add the micronutrient, a pinch of micronutrient around 3 to 4 gram into this solution, so that the plant will have all the access to the all type of nutrient and it will grow balanced. Once we mix all the nutrient into this, we can measure the pH and TDS. Now, how to mix the nutrient into these buckets and how to prepare those nutrients, for that I have put the separate video couple of days back. You can watch that and learn how to prepare this bucket filling the nutrient. I will put a link in a description or the I button. For your convenience, you can reach through there and see that video. But right now, we'll check the pH and TDS once again. Now, first we'll check the pH. So here, we have put this and our pH is around 6.2. Now pH you can maintain anywhere around 6. So between 5.8 to 6.2 it is considered to be base. So here it is 6.2 and this is a good pH to start with. Another thing we need to maintain is the TDS. Now if the pH is not within limit, we can add, if it is low we can add water, if it is high we can add some more nutrient. Now TDS to be range around 700 to 800 ppm for the start of the plant, and here it is 818. It is slightly about 800, but it is okay. So we are going to start this with the 818 ppm and pH of 6.2, which is very good condition for the start of the plant. Now about the settling of the plant. So we have maintained the level, we have added the nutrition, and now simply we need to place this cup into this bucket. Just this is touching on the bottom. They will start taking water from the bottom and grow. Now you can see that this is around 20-liter bucket. So in 20-liter bucket we can grow only 2 plants of the brinjal. So we are going to place 2 plants of the brinjal into this, and another 2 plants of the beans we are going to put into this. We are going to add some water later on also to maintain good amount of the water and nutrient for all the plants. But we are only going to grow 2 brinjal plants looking to the space availability. Later on we are going to prune it, train it and guide it so that it will give good production within small space. But for that I will give you the separate update. But right now we are just going to complete the sowing of this brinjal plant, 2 per bucket like this, and start our growing. So friends, this is a simple way you can start a brinjal plant right from the seed, preparing nursery to transplant and establish into your DWC system and grow it. So how do you like this video about growing brinjal into DWC bucket? Please write me back into the comment box. And if you like the way I am doing, please give me like, and if you are not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe my channel and keep your bell notification button on so that whenever I put a similar type of video for growing into DWC, NFT or else system, you can get updated with this, and you can also grow good healthy vegetable this season hydroponically and having a fresh harvest for your consumption. Happy growing!